All right, hey, what's going on, guys? So we're gonna go over the GBPUSD midweek. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of November. All right, so I'm just gonna go over a few indicators. I love to indicate. I use my indicators. They've been helping me out be very successful. The first one I use, major one I use, is Darvish box buy and sell. That's the only one I use. You can use the B box and the T box. Some people use it when it breaks out, and they go for that, which is very useful. I just don't use it. It's just too much on my screen, and I use the EMA 50. We're on the 1 hour time frame, and I use the Asian session range. That just shows me the high and the low of the session. And I also use the last one I use is so they all kind of go into what let me see if I find it. Yeah, here it is, and the trend meter. So I'm gonna go over all this and how it plays all together. So just look, if you look right here, if you just use the Darvish box and you look at buy and sell, pretty much. All right, you're not going to, and you don't have a set of rules. You're gonna just lose your money because you have to use other confluences. You have to see what's going on in the market. If there's news, like later on this week on Thursday, there's news. All right, so I'm gonna just give you some of the rules I have, and we're gonna go over it. And if you need to know any more about it, just play the video back. All right. So what I do is let me go into it, and then let me bring it back just a little bit. All right. All right. So what I do is I wait for the I trade the London session, so I wait for the Asian session to play out the highs and lows, and I just wait for the breakout. Basically, I wait for the strong push candle. So if you see right here at um, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, basically Eastern Standard Time, but it's 3 o'clock my time. So basically, it would be 4 o'clock when I entered Central Standard Time. And if you look, it says buy right here. So if you look, I'm over the 50 EMA, and it says buy. But I'm outside the range where I wanted it to be, the push candle, and that's also a green one, green bar down here at the bottom, all greens down here, right? So if you look at it, we are on a small uptrend going back this way. All right, it went back in previous week and went and touched the lows. That week went up, came back and touched the lows again, and so we're up above the 50. Now this is not swing trading. This is just short-term trading. The trade might end up taking all day, intraday trading, or it might last until the next day. But it's definitely not a swing trade. Um, a swing trade, so to say, is I'm not waiting, holding it all week. All right. So if you look right here, it does say sell, but if you think about it, we we're over the 50 MA, and we're not outside the Asian session box. So I wouldn't take this, and this is not my trading session because I'm still asleep at this time. So if you look at 4 o'clock, I would take this by this is a actual trade I would take, and I actually took it this week. So what I do is I do 50 to I do 1 and 1. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I might do 1 to 5, something like that. But if you look at it, what I do is I use the right risk management. I look at it down here, and this is the beginning of the week. I go down here towards the end of the candle, and I do 1 and 1. All right, just in case any spikes in candles. And then once play it right here. Once I see it going in my direction, I might bring up my stop loss a little bit. So this is 1 to 2, or 2 to 1, or whatever you want to call it. All right, and then let's just let it play out right quick. Let me go up a little bit. Let's try to see how it's going to play out, and let's bring it up a little bit. All right, keep in mind everything, even if it goes against me, just know that this is everything that met my standard. All right, and if you see right here, boom, it actually hit my target, 116 pips. All right, let's make this a little bit less big. All right, so 116 pips right here. All right, so if you look at it, if you jump in this trade on Monday, all right, and then we go into Tuesday, so look, we go the highs, all right, and the lows. And I'm gonna tell you something about Tuesdays. If you see this big pump, normally it's a continuation. Like if I see this, normally it's a continuation. So if you see it's coming back down to a little bit towards the 50 EMA and touches this right here, this is where you would actually want to get in the trade. But here's the kicker with me. Remember I told you I only trade in these beginning hours. So if you look right here, this would be my beginning hour right here. All right. No push candle right here. So I'm good to go. All All right, I don't trade this day. I leave it alone. This pair is done. So you see, it actually did push again at 10 o'clock, which is basically 11 o'clock on the in Eastern Standard Time. I don't take that trade. I'm out. I'm not even looking at the chart at that time. Got it? All right. So don't jump in these markets, because if you see right here, this kind of meets the confluences. See, if you look right here, it's the buy over the 50 EMA and the actual the bullet down here. All right. But at the same time, you would have lost money going one for one. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you kept the trade from here, you would have made a little bit more pips. You would have probably made 1 to 2, a 3 to 1, or something like that ratio. All right. So if you look, this is Wednesday. All right. Mark off the highs and lows. All right. And if you look right here, we didn't close. We closed below the 50 EMA, below the Asian session range. So, and you look right here. Look right here. Boom. What else do we have? We have the red bullet. That's an indicator for me to go and jump in there. Boom. You got 95 pips. Let's do 1 and 1. Remember, keep your risk management good to go. And even if you would lose some of this, lose today, you pretty much probably be at break even again, I'm thinking. But at the same time, I'm kind of confident at this in this strategy I have, because what I do is I let it play out and then I bring up my stop loss. All right, so every hour I would just check, and I would just, if I see it going down this way, all right, I bring up my stop loss. Right here. Once it gets into profit, right here, I just continue to bring it up, and then now I'd be at break even right here. And so, we'd pretty much play out the way we supposed to. Boom, right here, boom. See what I mean? So normally, this strategy is not 100%. Nothing is 100%, but I have more of a good win-loss ratio versus, like, if I win 3, I might lose 1. I'm still in profit. But with this strategy, I've never lost. I have to say, I've never lost 2 or 3 in a row. But knock on wood. As you can see, it hit my TP, and that was 95. Let's go 95 pips right here. So, but that's just my trade strategy. You trade what you want to trade, and how it works for you. Normally, if I see a different confluence is telling me it's going to go back up, and since I'm on a 1 hour, unless there's some news coming, it's not going to generally spike up. But now here, I probably stay out the market on tomorrow, because it's just not. I notice I don't have a good win ratio when when the news is here. So we're gonna recap, and let's look at it. All right, so if you look right here, Monday there was 116 pips, and this day is 95 pips. So let's just look at this, and really you don't even have to trade the next day. So you got a 116 pips plus 95 pips. That's honestly, let's do this. 211 pips for the week. Honestly, you don't even have to trade anymore so far the rest of the week, because that's 211 pips. And if you look at it, if you did a one lot, 211 pips, let's bring this thing up on here so you can see. All right. So you have 211 pips times 10. That's $2,110 for the week. So do you really need to trade any more this week? That's just my opinion. All right. Other than that, we're going to go over this again. All right. Remember I said right here, the breakout. And in me personally, sometimes I don't need this, because I can see, even if you don't have these, you can see these push candles right here. And that's what I use typically. All right. There's a push candle right here at the beginning of the week. This is not really a push candle, so I probably would have left this alone. And this was outside my trading range right here. Let's see what is that. Outside my trading range. And this is my trading range right here, push candle. I would have got this right here. So it had been one trade this week. And if you go back towards late on in the week, that's 8 o'clock outside my trading range. Right here, this is my trading range. I would have got this push right here. This little push right here. Now, here's the thing. If it's too much of a push, the push candle is, 100 plus pips, stuff like that, I'm not taking it. All right. Other than that, this week has been a very good week. Now, keep in mind, this is the 1 hour. So if you get in here, this trade would have lasted all the way up to, let's see, 1, 2. So about 9 hours this trade took, because this was in the morning at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So it would have took about 9 hours. So basically, you make sure you got to stay patient, and just once you get the trade, you just let it run, man. Because if not, you'll start playing with it and things of that nature. Playing with the trade, bringing up your stop loss, doing this. Oh, this candle is going back this way. It might go down. Oh, this candle, see right here. If you'd have been looking at the market right here, this blue candle right here. Let's get rid of this. Let's show you right here. If you would have seen this candle, oh, this thing is going back up, and it's 6 o'clock. Oh man, then you realize it came right back down. If you look at this one, oh man, golly, this candle then stops, and then look, it continued to go down. So that's why I say just have your stop loss and your take profit, and then go from there. So like right here, you don't have to do 1-to-1. You could have did, the in between, like half this candle to be on the safe side. You could have went half this candle and went down. You still would have been good. All right. Other than that, again, we're gonna recap. Just remember Asian session range, and that's why I have this one, this box right here. And if you actually look at it, let's get rid of all this. And even if you just use the Asian session range, let me show you how clear it is. And sometimes I don't even need I just pop the indicators on and off. Being honest with you, I don't have them on my chart. I just when I'm looking and trading, I just did that to show you guys, a little bit better. So if you look right here, it's already marking up the Asian session range for me. But what I do is I just do this so I can see it a little bit more clear. That's just for me. You do what you do for the Asian session range. All right, and then as you can see the push right here. All right, boom right here. You can go right here. You can go half this right here. All right, you can the whole candle was 121. You can go half that and go a little bit down here to about 90 pips, whatever, 70 pips, whatever you want to lose, whatever you feel like you want to risk. So if it's 121, let's go to 121. Let's go one. Then you can bring this thing up to about, the middle of the Asian session range, which is 1.23 risk to reward ratio. Or you can bring it up to 1.65. That's fine. It's up to you. Whatever you want to risk. Like I said, you actually made it through. All right. Sometimes I do, and it would have hit the next day. Let's go up. See, it would have hit the next day. Sometimes it just depends on how I feel. I do 100 and 100. And then this because I don't feel like being in there the next day. So if you look right here, I jumped in at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, and it actually hit around 1300, which is 1 o'clock. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 10. So it took about 10 hours to get the 100 pips. All right. Then if you look right here, the next day, mark off the highs, mark off the lows of Asian session range, and if you look, like I said, in our box, that we trade that hour or so, there's nothing there, so leave it alone. So boom, right here. Let's go to the next one. We got highs and lows. Right here, highs and lows. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait. Boom, you see that push? And then like I said, if you see this red ball down here, and then you can turn on your Darvish box. Boom, you see the sale. All right, you jump in that sale. This is typically my strategy. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, so it's pretty good, I would say. And then you do the 1-to-1 or whatever you want to do, whatever you want to risk is up to you. I do 1-and-1. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I bring it down to right over by the MA. Now here's the thing: doing news, you have to be careful, risk less, and widen your stops because of the simple fact the wicks could actually shoot up, and you can still be the right bias and actually get the right trade, but you'll get stopped out because of the market in the news. Okay, so if you look at this, that is 108 pips. And let's finish this out. 108 pips. and you got 100 pips right here. That's 208 pips for the week. All right. Other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your trading week, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.